right, welcome back to the Artist Connection podcast. This is Matt Kasar here with my very special guest, Beth Hart. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Like I said earlier, such an honor to speak with you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, so many things I want to cover, but let's talk about those Kennedy Center Honors show. My God. You know, when you bring the president, and the first lady to their feet, and of course the looks that Buddy Guy was giving you that whole time, just a breathtaking performance.
Oh, thank you, and what an amazing experience that was. I mean, to play with Jeff Beck, just alone with Jeff Beck is an amazing experience every time I get to work with him. But so that we were singing for Buddy, and how much Jeff and I both adore Buddy, and he's had such an impact on our lives. And, you know, it was an extraordinary experience. Certainly I would say the highlight of my whole career, you know, because there was Aretha Franklin also in the audience, and Led Zeppelin, and all these people who, you know, are my heroes. And then you've got the most amazing president and his beautiful wife, and it's just, there are no words that can really properly describe what a wonderful experience that was.
And they're loving it. I mean, just they keep showing their faces, and they're all into it. They're all in the moment. You know, sometimes when you see award shows, people, you know, they give audience reactions, and sometimes people are bored, or they're looking at their watch or their phone. But you had them mesmerized. It was something.
Oh, it was a great time, man.
Now, how do you prepare for something like that? I mean, you've been a performer for a long, long time, but when you're up on that stage, was there any kind of stage fright at all? Do you get nervous, or do you just kind of remove yourself from what's happening?
You know, I generally do get nervous for pretty much everything. But when I had seen Jeff a few months earlier, I was out on the road promoting Bang Bang Boom Boom, and I was doing a TV show called Jules Holland in England.
Oh, love that,
and
yeah.
Jeff came down, but I love Jules. He's so amazing. And I was really nervous to do Jules Holland, because I just think he's a fantastic pianist, and, you know, I'm a big fan. So I was really nervous to do that show. And Jeff came down to support and, you know, sit in the audience and kind of just give me his love, and that was great. When the show was over, Jeff said, you know, I'm going to be calling you about something, so keep your ears open. In the next couple of weeks, I'll give you a call. I'm like, okay. And a couple of weeks go by, and he said, hey, I'd really love you to do the Kennedy Center Honors with me. Just let me make sure it's cool with the show, and it all worked out. Anyway, when I found out I was getting to do it and getting to play for Buddy Guy, of course, at first I was nervous, but the next thought I had was I sat myself down, and I said, now look, I'm not going to allow you to be nervous for this, because I don't want you to miss every wonderful moment it's going to be to meet him and meet the president and get to be on this joyous occasion. And it's not about you after all. It's about Buddy Guy and making sure you're prepared, and you just do your best job to hopefully, you know, he's happy you played for him. So that's really what the focus was. And, you know, thankfully, it really ended up being that way. When we got there, my husband and I got there, and we weren't weird or nervous about it. We were just thrilled and honored to be there. Yeah.
And you know, Jeff Beck wouldn't have asked you if you weren't ready for that stage or ready for that kind of thing. So obviously, you were there for a reason. But it just must have been really something.
Really something. Yes, amazing.
I'm a huge fan of Buddy Guy as well. I mean, going all the way back to his earlier stuff that he used to do with Junior Wells, you know, harmonica player, and I love all that stuff. He's probably my favorite blues musician. I got to see him several times in the past 2 years. I saw him actually 3 times, and never fails to amaze and impress, and, you know, can't say enough about him.
Yeah, it's like he just embodies everything. Phenomenal singer, phenomenal player, phenomenal performer, and he gives so much joy and love and inspiration. You're out there as an audience member just going, yeah, I'm alive. This is great. And he's just filled with so much joy. I just love him. And I love that great quote that he gave. He said, you play the blues because you got them, and then when you play them, you lose them.
That's right.
See it on his face.
Yeah.
You know, that gorgeous smile and that energy. And it's, there's just nobody like him. There never will be anybody like him either.
No, I agree. So comfortable in his own skin, and just knows what he's doing, and just commands that stage when he's out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, another performance of yours, more recent, that I saw was you were on Conan last week, and great performance there as well. You nailed it.
Thank you. I had such a good time on that. That was really fun.
You had his house band with you, right? Was that that's who was playing with
Yes.
you? Yeah.
Yes, that was his house band, who they're also fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. And just to show that kind of thing works when you think of records and you think of what that means to selling records, even in this internet day and age. We watched you. I think that might have been Tuesday night last week, and by Friday or Saturday, I was at the local record store with my 8-year-old son, and he came over to me with your new album and said, "Hey, we just saw her." It's like, yeah,
isn't that something?
This is amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it works. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Bang Bang Boom Boom. Great album, great title, great video, great song. I don't even know how many. I'm gonna, gush a lot because I'm a huge fan. But I mean, just a fantastic album, top to bottom.
Thank you so much, and such an important record for me. It's really a defining thing for me musically, because it's a real left turn in terms of songwriting from what I've done before. And I'm sure, as you can imagine, when I decided, okay, I've done this hard rock thing and I've done this singer-songwriter thing, which I've loved for so many years, but now it's time for a change. And I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I know I got to do something. And next thing I knew, Joe Barmas is calling me to do a covers record with him, of soul songs, right? So it's like, okay, what do you mean by soul songs? Like just straight up soul music? Or he said, no, whatever you think that means. And the next thing we knew, we were doing jazz, we were doing blues, we were doing straight up soul and some soulful rock and roll. And we made this record together that I loved it so much. I had the best time doing it. And then it dawned on me in the middle of making the record, this is what I got to do. I got to challenge myself as a writer and try and go down this avenue. So it's going to be about learning new progressions and learning new ways to phrase and seeing what kind of lyric will come from that. And scary, but at least it was something different from what I've been doing. And I was really proud of that, of having the courage to go for it. So that's how this record came about. It's the works of that change and attempting to go into new directions for me, especially as a writer. So, yeah, a real work of love.
Well, with a voice like that you have, my God, it's the perfect place for it. I mean, like you said, you've been through all different avenues and different genres through the years, and you're coming up. Well, we are 20 years of doing this professionally, right?
Yes, been doing it a while now. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think you'd hear that? I mean, when you think 20 years, when we were younger, you think 20 years, maybe the Stones weren't that long, and you put yourself in reference to when you were first coming up and listening to these bands and these guys that you admire, and then here you are, and you're in the business that long now too.
Yeah, I remember though as a kid, I always said to myself, no matter what, whether I have success, no success, I'm gonna write and I'm gonna make music until I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'll just figure out a way to do it. If I have to do it on the street for quarters, or if I get to do it up on a real stage, I'm just gonna do it no matter what, because it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's the best thing. I love it.
It can't be easy though. It can't be an easy occupation, right? You have to want that. You have to have that desire to make it work.
Yeah, yeah, of course, but I don't really know of any occupation that is easy.
Yeah, true.
I think it's tough no matter what, but that's part of what makes it so great. I'm not smart enough to be able to really appreciate happiness unless I know the other side.
Yeah.
It's like I always thought I knew what a good steak was until I went to this one in particular really famous steakhouse, and I had a steak, and I went, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever really had a steak.
That's a steak.
Yeah. You ever been to a Ruth Chris? They're the bomb.
Yeah.
They're just amazing. And that's kind of what I think of it. It's just, you got to take the good steaks with the bad ones.
But look what it does, too. One of the things I appreciate about your voice and your vocal delivery is you really sound like you lived it. I mean, I've read comparisons, and people compare you to maybe Janis Joplin or that kind of thing, which I'm sure is, nice for you to have
Absolutely.
people think that. But
Absolutely.
The difference is it's not just in your technique, it's that it really sounds like you've lived it. Like this is real, this is genuine. When you're singing about a bad day, or when you're singing about something that goes wrong, or even when something goes right, like on the new album, you can tell that you've experienced those ups and downs, and it just really makes it that much more special as a listener.